What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here again with my brother Brian Daigle, and it's good. The emotional farewells to Sonny keep on rolling. I mean, I don't think, look, I was already emotional regarding Sonny leaving the club. Now, after seeing what we've just seen, I don't think I've ever felt this way about a player leaving our club. Not Harry Kane, not Ginola, not anyone. This is unbelievable what I've just witnessed. 2 videos that Spurs have just put out. Sonny saying goodbye to the fans. Instagram message Sonny has put out as well. No words. There's literally no words. Since I've watched it, I've just been sitting there on the couch, just literally staring into space. It's like literally the most emotional thing I've ever seen regarding Tottenham Hotspur and a player leaving. How are you feeling, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, we live in a world now with social media where these things come of age, isn't it? We've had players leave, like you said. They really did. Nice one, Sonny. Let's have another one, and double dropped a video, didn't they? The first one was emotional. The second one, that just finished me off. What I will say is Spurs have done very, very well in doing this goodbye correctly and giving him the respect and adulation that he deserves. And it was the right thing to do for the captain that led us to glory, wasn't it? That gave us a decade of his life.
I'm just going to miss him so much, man. Not just the player, the man. And we're never going to see a player like Sonny ever again at Tottenham. I really believe that. Of quality, human being, just everything. But before we get into it all that, if you haven't seen it, let's go and watch it one more time. Let the tears flow again. Come on, let's go and see it. All right, so this was the first video that dropped.
Dear Spurs fans, you're always in my pictures. Every time I celebrate, I make a memory of you. It's our moment. I make the frame so I don't forget. You welcome me to North London. You watch me grow. Beautiful woman, the Golden Boot, the Puskas Award. You were there. When I suffered, you were still there. You stayed with me, and I stayed with you. I never imagined captaining this team, but I always dreamed that I will win something for you. We won the Europa League, and you all deserve it. Thank you for these years. Keep every picture. You were always in the frame. Thank you so much. Love, Sonny.
Man, so that was like just too much when I first watched it, and even now, second time watching it, so emotional, and I'm struggling to find the words to actually bring out like how emotional what that was. But like, if that wasn't enough, let's go and watch the next video because it gets even worse, guys. It gets even worse. Oh my god. So they put out this saying, thank you. The club can confirm the permanent transfer of Sonny Heung-min to LAFC. Thank you. Will never be enough, Sonny. And that is so true. Say thank you a million times for Sonny, but it will never be enough for what he's given us as fans and the football club. Just a bit of a spoiler for this one, because if you thought that was emotional, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Correct.
Yeah, all the Spurs fans. Yeah, I made such a hard decision that I will leave Spurs family. Which was one of the hardest decisions I ever made. And as I said, there will be no forever. And I gave all. I know it sounds very surprising. I know it sounds very hard. And because I gave all, and I feel like I need a new chapter. So it was probably one of the hardest decisions I ever made. So please don't be disappointed. I will be disappointed not seeing you on the pitch. I'll be always in your history book. So, and Spurs will be always in my heart. Spurs will be always in my family. And as a kid, you welcome me, and as I grow up, I'm leaving you. But there's always good timing. I always want to leave that in a perfect way, that people can thinking about me, very proud moments and very happy moments. And yeah, this is the right time to say goodbye. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you for amazing support for the 10 years. 10 years is a lot, but also a lot of goals and a lot of good memories. So don't forget, it was one of my hardest decisions. It was huge honor to wearing Spurs kids. Huge honor playing for you. And I hope we see each other very, very soon. And all the best. Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup. I wish you win all these four competitions. And we see you very, very soon. Now we are all crying. But next time when we see each other, I hope everybody's smiling. So thank you so much for your amazing support for 10 years. And come on, you Spurs.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. We are never, ever going to see someone like Sonny ever again at this football club. I firmly believe that. And it's going to be a very long time until we see someone of the quality of footballer that have left this club in the last 2 years in terms of Harry Kane and Son Heung-min. But this one has hit me a lot harder. And you know what? He keeps saying thank you to the Spurs fans, thank you this. He doesn't have to thank anyone. It's us that will be doing the thanking. He's the one that has given 10 years, his best years of his career, to this football club and conducted himself in a manner which I've never seen any other player conduct himself in. Unbelievable on the pitch, humble off the pitch, unbelievable person. it's so strange in this day and age as well to have a player like of that stature that's just so humble, so there's such a good person. You just kind of imagine what he comes across as. That's exactly how he is in real life. So respectful. Never seen a more respectful player than Son Heung-min, and I've seen it kind of firsthand while being there in Korea and seeing him walk to the airport and stuff like that. I never had the privilege to meet him, but it was an absolute privilege and honor to watch him so closely year after year, 10 years on the pitch. Unbelievable player. And I just can't believe this chapter's over now. Sonny, Kane, gone. But this one just hits a lot harder than when Kane left 2 years ago, doesn't it?
It does, but you know what it is, Ben, as well? At the end of the season when we won the trophy, there was talk. It was really up in the air. Then obviously Ange leave him. Then it was again all up in the air. Then obviously things started to rumble. And we saw a pre-season. We could see something just didn't look right. Then we went on the career tour and it was building. And then he made the announcement and that hit hard. It was like, okay, we know it's coming. It's emotional. It's upsetting. It's the right way to do it. He wants to go on a high. Then obviously we had the scenes from him going off the pitch and the way he was treated by the fans, by the players of both sets of teams. We knew it was happening. Then there were the interviews after. And then today, it's been like the longest goodbye where we've all known it's coming, but each part of this journey has hurt a lot more than the previous one and has tugged on the heartstrings a lot more than the previous one. And I thought that first video, and I loved when he said about he creates the frame and you're the wonderful words. I mean, that was the reason. Just wonderful words to hear it. But
Perfect.
then that
was perfect.
Yeah. And the second video, that was the outpouring of emotion. I think we can clearly tell it was known a long time ago to film that all at Spurs. So they've known for a while. But like I said, listen, I've always said my biggest regret as a Spurs fan is not watching Gareth Bale live. But one of my biggest pleasures was seeing Heung-min Son play in a Spurs shirt on many, many occasions, lead the team to glory as well. Part of the Poch brilliant team, has stuck through thick and thin. The Mourinho partnership with Harry Kane that was just unstoppable. Yeah. Conte, part of that three with Kulusevski that led us to the Premier League. Just he has been a vital cog in the wheel for a decade, hasn't it? And now he is no more. But the best thing is, I don't think there will be a better player, a player that will get a better reception when they make their first appearance back at half-time or whatever it may be. That stadium will celebrate that they've just scored the winning goal in a North London derby.
Yeah. He epitomizes what a legend is. He
Correct.
really does. There is no one in recent memory, and we've had some unbelievable players walk through the door in the Premier League. Let's just talk about the Premier League alone here, because I think, forget about the Premier League, he's up there with the biggest legends of this club, full stop. I think Jimmy Greaves, Danny Blanchflower, Dave Mackay, all these kind of guys that you think of as just, wow, like proper legendary status. He's up there with all them. But forget about that for a second. Look at the players that have walked through this door in the Premier League era, your Modrics, your Bales, your Ginolas, your Berbatovs, your Kanes, like all these kind of guys. I put him on a pedestal. I think he's the biggest legend that we've had in the Premier League era, full stop. Yep. There's no one that comes close to him.
Yep.
I think, higher than Harry. And I think when you look at the two goodbyes of him and Harry Kane, I think it just meant so much more to Sonny, in my opinion. You know, he's come from Germany, originally obviously from Korea, and he's got what it meant to be a Spurs player straight from the beginning. He is one of our own. That's what he is. No matter where he's from, he's one of our own, and he's always going to be that. And you're right, when he comes back to Tottenham, he's going to get the biggest reception that I think that I've ever seen. Remember Gaz's reception when he came back from the for the I think the Stadium Test event. Like, he got an unbelievable reception that day, as did Ginola, I believe. But nothing's going to come close to this Sonny reception when he comes back, is it?
No, it's not. And you know what, as well, you think about, we talk about Sonny the player, the goals, just remember during that peak Poch time where he had a handshake for every single player.
Yeah.
The kind of things like he literally, and they weren't the easiest, just shake hand, fist bump. They were intense, like pieces of art. And he had one for every single, just no matter what period he's been there, he's been that one that everyone goes to, everyone loves. He has been the epitome of what it means to be Spurs.
Mm.
He's coming to the Premier.
Alisson put it perfectly, didn't he? He is Spurs, and Spurs is him.
Exactly. And then you look at it, he comes into the Premier League. For any player coming in from, even if you're from lower league or whatever, you come into the Premier League. This is a hard league. This is a competitive league. This is a physical league. And let's face it, he doesn't have the strongest physicality, but he took to it like a duck to water. He struggled at the beginning, but this has been 10 years of unbridled joy watching him. And obviously we can always talk about the goals, the assists, the moments. But just when you look back at the two videos and you see the passion and emotion in him, you got to remember we were talking about the transfer that never was and what the impact that must be having on his family and everything going on. This decision would have weighed heavy on him. This has been his life.
You can see
this has been his life. He knows he has the freedom of that part of North London. He's settled. He's loved wherever he goes. And now he's rooting for pastures new, a new culture, a new lifestyle, new everything. This must have been heavily, heavily weighing on his mind. I'm sure it's a relief for him to have it out and done and now moves on. But yeah, just thank you. Thank you for everything you've given us.
Yeah. And you know, that moment you were talking about, you know, beginning of pre-season when he just didn't look right, body language was all wrong. You know, it's obviously he knew he was leaving the club at that point. And it's not that his body language was like that because he was so desperate to get out and he was unhappy being here. I think he was just so unhappy that nobody knew he was leaving and he knew. And it was that connection with the fans. And I thought maybe he's just thinking like, these people, I need to say my goodbyes. And, you know, this is going to be my last few days at Tottenham. And it was just a very emotional time from him. And just thank you, Sonny. That's all I can say is thank you for these years of service you've given us. Thank you for the way you conducted yourself. Thank you for being our forever hero for the last 10 years. You know, the spotlight was always on Harry Kane for certain amounts of time. And whenever Harry Kane went off injured, Sonny was the one to carry the baton and to get us through the mud. Just getting better and better year on year, better, more goals, more assists, more awards. And then ending with that trophy is pretty much the poetic ending, which his time at Spurs really deserved. So he deserves everything that's coming his way, the outpouring of emotion. Not one Spurs fan, player, anyone from around the Premier League, anyone that's ever come into a contact with him, anyone that's just watched him on TV, interviews, anything. Nobody is ever going to say a bad word about Son Heung-min. And that's just credit and testament to the man that he is, to the player that he is. And we'll all be watching him in LA. We'll all be rooting for him. We'll all be supporting him. And I'm pretty sure every Spurs fan's MLS team is now going to be LAFC. Maybe apart from you, because you'll be a Toronto fan. But majority of Spurs fans are going to be maybe not have a soft spot for LAFC. Right. Let's put it, you know, because he's going there. Two former Spurs captains, Hugo Lloris and Son Heung-min. Now I can't believe I'm calling him a former Spurs captain.
Yep,
it's just unbelievable. But a true legend of the club. And what more can be said? I mean, we can sit here for probably 3 hours talking about how unbelievable he was. And he's a player that we're going to tell our kids about, grandkids about, great-grandkids about. He's a legendary name. The way that we kind of think about Jimmy Greaves now, where we haven't seen him play, but we know what unbelievable player he was for Tottenham, that is how Son Heung-min is going to be remembered, and probably even on a higher pedestal. So, wow, just such an emotional time. I want to know your thoughts. Send your messages to Sonny in the comment section below. Big up to Brian for sharing the screen with me in this it was a hard video to do, not going to lie. Like, watching that before, I was like, literally just staring into space, not knowing how to react to it. And even now, throughout this 20 minutes, it's been hard to get the words out properly. and anything I've said, there's so much more to say that
Right.
I just can't find the words to say. But look, we're going to miss you, Sonny. We're going to miss you so much. And like I said before, we're just not going to be able to get what you gave to this club for a very long time, if not forever. So once again, thank you, goodbye, and cannot wait to see you back at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in any sort of capacity. So yeah, that is it. Any final words, Brian?
Yeah, no, we'll just say, like you were saying about the generations. Got to remember, for people like my niece and nephews, your son, many people of a younger age, I will always remember my first FA Cup win, and skipper Gary Mabbott will go down synonymous for the rest of my life. There are so many people in this world now that are Spurs fans that will always have the memory that the first trophy they saw in their lifetime in the flesh was lifted by Heung-min Son. And that's like, obviously he'll live for eternity as a Spurs fan, but for the younger generation, he's going to be the skipper that they'll always remember for lifting that trophy, and there won't be many better to do it.
Yeah, I never thought like I could ever. I'd always get emotional. Like I got emotional a little bit when Harry came, but nowhere near on this level. I never thought I could get to like this level of emotion seeing a Spurs player leave, but that's just the man and the player that Sonny was for us. So yeah, look, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Oh, I forgot. How did I forget? Forgot to react to his Instagram post as well. Like, how am I supposed to read that out?
Well, I will say I haven't seen the Instagram post, so this is going to be good for me.
Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. So this is it. He says, how to find the right words for this? I don't know. I've been thinking for days it's impossible, but here I go. It's time for me to say goodbye to Tottenham Hotspur, my home for the past decade. When I arrived in 2015, I didn't speak English. I didn't know London, but you welcomed me with open arms. Believed in me and stood by me through the highs and the lows. I was just a boy from Korea with big dreams who was supposed to have no chance. And now, 10 years later, North London is my heart forever. I've made friends for life here, had the honour of becoming a godfather here, and had the privilege of captaining our special club here. I've poured my heart and soul into this club, which makes this the hardest decision ever. I thought if I was ever going to leave, it would have to be on my terms, on the best terms, when our mission had been accomplished together with pride and honour. My debut was something else. The Puskas Award was cool. Winning the Golden Boot was an honour, but becoming European champions in Bilbao, that was for life. We will share that night, that moment, and that trophy for the rest of our lives. And so to all of you, the supporters reading this, thank you for your love, your support, and your trust that you've had in me for the last decade. To everyone at the club, the chairman, my managers, and all who have been alongside me each day in training, in the canteen, traveling, playing, hurting, recovering, winning. Thank you. To everyone from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I hope I have made you proud, Sonny.
Well, if we're comparing the two people that said, "I hope you made me proud," one stands out by quite a long margin. Everything has been worded brilliantly, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just absolutely perfect, absolutely spot on, heartfelt, and you can really tell, like, because sometimes when players leave, they just say things and move on, right? But this, you can really see it's from the bottom, from the depth of his heart, wholeheartedly. Means everything he says, and the outpouring of emotion from every Spurs fan as well is so heartfelt, and everyone means so much. So it's like a deep connection of love between Son Heung-min and Spurs, and that's going to last forever. It really will.
I just hope, and we've spoken about it before, that there's something at Burnley for the opening Premier League game, whether it's a tifo, whether it's something from the stadium to mark, so he gets to see it all the way over in LA, and the fans get to do something as a sign of appreciation. I really hope Spurs work on something. We did it for Kane, not when he left, obviously, but when he and everything. So Sonny deserves something, even for lifting the trophy. They all, you know, I mean, they couldn't get it organised at Brighton, but as a goodbye, he definitely deserves something in that stadium to commemorate his absence.
Yeah, and that will only be a small fraction of what he deserves and what he should be getting from this football club. I am kind of, doesn't sit right with me that he's not going to get that kind of massive applause and adulation in person of him being in that stadium and getting that outpour of emotion. I am a bit annoyed by that, but I mean, look, it is what it is, and when he comes back, he'll get that. He'll get that. So,
I will say never. Do you remember when Thierry Henry came back in January, or Landon Donovan came to Everton during the American off season and comes back for a few weeks? I wouldn't put it past us.
Yeah,
or Sonny.
Right. You're probably
keep
right.
it for the World Cup, so you never know. It could be see you in January.
He did say in the video, "See you very soon."
There you go.
So make of that what you will. Let's hope we do see him very soon. But look, that is it. Like I said, put your thoughts in the comment section below. Put your message to Sonny in the comment section below. One of the hardest videos I've literally ever had to make. Going to miss him so much from the bottom of my heart. And we will be following in the MLS 1:30 a.m. kickoffs, 3 in the morning kickoffs. We will be there, people. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.